Hello and welcome once more to my channel. It's been a while. I've been sick, and I just recently became good again. You can say I feel well now. So I decided to create a small comeback video to my channel. I know I had a stream going. It also soon December, so soon it's gonna be Try Hack Me's December Advent Calendar challenges. But for now, today we're gonna look at the OWASP Mutiliday 2. It's a free, open source, deliberately vulnerable web application provided for a target web security enthusiasts. Alright, so machine is up. We have the IP and basically just gonna copy paste that. Go into browser, put it in, and we have our Mutiliday right here. We have the different kind of OWASP vulnerability scales, like from 07 to 10 to 13 to 17, but we still missed the one for 2021. Anyways, the vulnerabilities are still the same, and I'm thinking the one we're gonna look at today is called broken access control, more directly indirect object reference, and we're gonna look at the one if it can stay there at all. There we go. At local file inclusion. Local file inclusion is some of the things that is often overlooked, and it also talks about here on the page that if we're gonna use PHP, we're gonna make sure that we, in the settings folder, look at the settings down here below, allow URL include, allow URL if open, and we could probably set them off. But in this particular case, note that fewer newer versions, configuration blah, 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 allow must be set to on. Yeah. So we have a local file inclusion page right here, and I'm not really sure what to do. What is it? We probably have a URL in the top. Yes, we have a URL in the top. It says page equal to and a file. Now, I don't know if this is where we're gonna do the exploit, but when you have a page parameter on a web page and it says something like page equal to and a direct file, I'm thinking like this. So the code behind, the backend is taking the input from the user, something from me. I say I want this file to be served right here. What if I provide another file, with the backend then say, okay, here's the file. So what I could try to do is just input the index.php, and it seems like that it kind of wants to play with me in a way. So what if we do //etc and then password if this is Linux server. We'd get this validation error page not found. We could try to go one more back just to make sure that we're all the way back, and there we have it. So we do in every kind of way have local file inclusion right here. Now let me show you the code that could be behind this screen right here. So I'm gonna say open a file editor. Let's zoom in a bit. This is the line of code we execute. Now, the PHP code could be something like this. Now, I don't know exactly how they wrote it, but it could be something like if we say that the page parameter, so if EZ, oh, it's not EZ, the page parameter called get page, and then we could say that, and if there's something inside of it, so we are checking for the existence of this variable, and we also check if something is inside of it, right? Then basically it could be something like echo file get contents. I don't know if that is the case, but it could be, and that's it. This is basically gonna take any file from the hard drive, and without any kind of validation, just directly input it. So when I write this is going to be inputted here. It's going to be something like that. So it's going to say go back, go back, go back, go back, go all the way back, and give me the pass.wd file and give me that to the screen. So that is really what happens. You know, these kind of errors are very common because developers, they kind of think that, oh, this is cool, this is the way to go, this is, you know, I like to do inclusion, and I understand this is a cool place to be when you're a first-time programmer, you know, just barely out of the school, but this is a common error and you shouldn't be doing that. So in order to avoid these kind of things, you need to validate. So you need to validate this variable right here. And the way you could do that is by many different ways. You could, for example, say that you only allow A to C letters, and you only allow one dot and one-time presence PHP. So that's one thing to do. But you still have a problem because you can still input another page. So right now you're saying that you will only allow, for example, stuff like index PHP, so A to C, one dot and PHP, but you can still change the name. Now, you also need to validate that the page you are accessing is actually, you know, not restricted. So you gotta give it access control. And that basically means, should you be able to view this page as a guest? The index, you know, the about PHP, for example, it's just pages that you probably have on your web page, contact, you know, stuff like that. You know, these pages are probably, you know, public pages, and that should be fine. So every time you try to access a page, let's say you try to access a page called admin PHP, you know, it should basically say no because you're not logged in. So that's gonna be the way. No way stopping that the user is sending these kind of names, because you, if this is the case, allow it. So you need to find a way to make sure that you cannot just directly access it, which is actually removing what you call broken access control. Now, I'm not really sure if we are here to reset anything, or let me just go back to this file here, and the current page is this. Yes, notice the page displayed is decided to page URL. What could possibly go wrong? So we just, you know, check that, and they do talk about here that, you know, and that is a good thing about these multi-day web pages, because they talk about the different kind of functions they use. That could be a problem. It's not the functions that's a problem directly, it's also, well, the way it's being included, that you just directly include it. You could also just, you know, create an abstraction layer. I would probably do that. I create a class, and you call that class include page, for example, and then you instantiate the class when you need it, or make it as a singleton. I don't really, you know, it could be anything, and that class is you know, responsible to check whether these kind of things I just talked about here and there, and also checking for access control, you know. Now, I'm not really sure if they want me to do anything, because I just, you know, did it. So we can probably just press the help me button, and here we can, you know, talk about read about different kind of things. Not really sure if anything here is gonna help me, so I'm just gonna close this down. There we go. Hints and videos are these things. So I guess we kinda, you know, exploited the local file inclusion, and that is one of the things that you're gonna find in broken access control, because broken access control is what you are going to access a page, a resource that you shouldn't be able to access. That is also called the IDOR reference vulnerability, or the insecure direct object reference. And yeah, so when you can reference a kind of resource and you can see it, you can watch it, you can get access to it, you have a problem. Different kind of things can be, you know, done. There's also remote file inclusion, or via account hijacking, different kind of things that I talk about. This video is going to be kept short, just to around the 10-minute mark, talking about, you know, local file inclusion and the IDOR reference problem. So I guess for this video, no, we're going to end it now. I want to say thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you want to, you know, ask any question, you know, again, leave a comment below. I hope you liked it. Hope you learned something. See you again online. Have a really nice day. Bye.